How do you bring it all together? How does the scoring work? And then let's talk a little bit about the band system that you guys use.
Okay. Yeah, without getting too complex and confusing a lot of people, especially without seeing our scoring chart, each component, all three components can be scored to 21 points. Okay. So no one test outweighs the other. Excuse me. We do that so that everybody focuses on everything. Now, within each one, the performance test has its own scoring system that falls on that 21-point scale. Okay. The body composition has its own scoring that falls within a range on that 21-point scale. And so does the integrative movement. It falls on that 21-point scale. So you can isolate each one of them and test them individually, and you could get a point system. You could get something totally different than the 21. But we put it together because we want to look at the ultimate athlete. Okay? And so once you get that, the highest score you could possibly get is a 63. Okay? It is very difficult to be at the very top of that scale. It's very difficult to be at the very bottom of that scale. So it's kind of set up on a bell curve. And what we do with the band systems, like I said, athlete goes through training camp, they go through this assessment process, and then they get that overall score. And at the end of training camp, we give them their band. We used to just give it to them and hope they'd bring it back. Most people aren't wearing athletic bands to their corporate job, so they would forget it. So what we do is we keep them here. So our athletes, we go through a cleaning process, and athletes can just grab one before the training session. They put it on, and it has worked wonderfully for our athletes. So the same athletes that just came through training camp this weekend, they'll go through the training session, they'll go get their band. Coach might not have been the coach that took them through the assessment, but they can see, all right, we've got the white and yellow athletes, white and yellow band athletes. Who do we have? They're going to raise their hand. One thing it allows the coach to do is that if we've got 15 athletes in a group, say for easy math, we've got 5 white and yellow bands, we've got 5 orange bands and 5 red and black bands. He can group them together so that he or she can watch them and pay attention to them, and they know which ones may be a little more self-sufficient, which ones might need to have a little bit more instruction. So they can go through the particular workout. And for the coach, they're not having to reference the board over and over and over again. What they're able to do is they're able to just simply know the workout is the movements are regressed or progressed off that one middle workout for the orange bands. So that is the system that allows each athlete to come in there, not feel like they're holding back somebody or not feel intimidated by something, and they can work at their pace. And what it does is it gives them something to shoot for because they see, okay, right now I'm an orange band. I want to be a black band. As far as training goes, they know they've got to step the game up just a little bit, or they might need to improve somewhere else. It might not be the performance component. So they might need to improve their body composition. They might need to improve their integrated movement. And since we put some of those integrated movement patterns in our warm-up, they're constantly getting that repetition day in and day out. So all these things are there for them, and they're always getting a kind of touching them, and it allows them to really, really hone in and focus on improving on a daily basis.
Perfect. I love how you integrate it all back into the training program and the training system you have. And I mean, this system to me, just the athletic analysis system that we have, you could take this and use it in any training methodology that you have. I mean, as long as it's based off the same principles, I can make mine fit with this, and you guys make it fit. And if it's a one-on-one, I can make it fit. If it's group, it fits. So it's such a simple system altogether that is easily adaptable, easily implementable across a lot of different platforms. So with this, how do you guys use do you change programming at all based off of like the overall group? So if you have a majority of that exercise, you explained it a little bit. You have the orange setting, that's how you base your kind of baseline, and then the red and black, they have the advanced progression, and then the other bands have the regress progressions. But do you use this to change your programming overall when you see certain trends as people new coming in and your current clients?
We actually do, and that was when we very first started this years and years ago. That was ultimately why we used it. Before we even got the band system implemented, we took the whole sample size, whole population, and we said aerobically they're great, but they're weak. They need to get stronger. So that allowed us to put some particular bias into our training, our programming. So what we've done is we've created a scale where we adjust it. So we go, A, B, C, D, E, F workouts, if you will. Okay, most people are used to a traditional bodybuilding split. Mondays, I'm going to do A workout, Wednesday is B, Friday C, and they just go through that for a few weeks, and they might adjust the rep scheme, whatnot. Well, what we do is we make it easy for our athletes. They don't have to think about that. So they're going to come, they're creatures of habit. They're going to come Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Well, so that they're not doing the same type of workout, they might do an A-style workout on Monday this week, but because the scale slides a bit, they're not going to do an A-style workout next week. They might fall where it's a C workout or a B workout, which we know what exactly those days are. So we have an extra day in there for a bias. So if we find that the group is really strong but they're losing that aerobic capacity, we'll put a bias day in there for some aerobic work, some steady state cardio. We might find that they need a little bit more high intensity resistance training. So we can make those adjustments based on our quarterly assessments. And so we put those things in there to make those group progressions and regressions with the training.
That's awesome. I think that's the key to any system. It has to be adaptable and flexible enough to, it shows you what you need to change. Your system can change with that. So that's perfect. So, we've brought this up a few times, and I've played devil's advocate a little bit, like who can use it, who couldn't use it. If I'm a trainer and I'm looking to bring in a system like this, there's plenty of them out there. Why do you think the Beast method is the best system to use, and who's it good for? Can everybody use it, or is there certain people or certain populations of trainer that it wouldn't be good for?
Obviously I would be a little biased, but the reason I'm going to say this is, for one, we have messed up and fixed it so that you don't have to. We've gone through the process, as I mentioned, of finding out that, okay, this didn't work and we need to have something else. Hey, let's try to take 3 different systems for 3 different things and see if we can put it together, which was a hassle, which, like I said, prompted us to create this system. And in our facility, like I said, we train competitive athletes, high-level competitive athletes. We're doing one-on-one training. We're doing group setting. We're doing women-only programs. And then we also have a population of athletes that are, 60 plus. And believe it or not, we do this same athletic analysis, the performance test, and use all of these tools with them. But because there are regressions for it, it works out perfect. Because we have a group of ladies that are 60 plus, and they're not jumping anywhere, but they can still do those hurdles. They can get over those hurdles and do what they need to do. They can still do their ring rows and their push-ups and things like that. So we have not found anyone that it has not been able to work for, because we have a wide variety and a wide demographic of athletes in our facility. And like you said, we've kind of leaked this out there a little bit. We've done some presentations on it, and everybody that has heard us talk about it has found or seen some kind of use for it, because it's one complete system. It's right here. It's all packaged. It's like you said, you can implement it very easily. Your athletes are going to be comfortable with it. Your coaches can be very comfortable with it. So it's not something that you got to go try to create your own deal. Like I said, we've messed up for you. So why beat your head against a wall?
I'm always a fan of expediting the process, and that answered this question perfectly. I think just about any trainer that works with the general population can use this. It works for any method of training that you're using. It gives you a system, and it allows you to accelerate your progress, because you don't have to overcome all the mistakes that you guys have already made. That's the benefit of picking up somebody else's system. That's perfect. And luckily, I'm a little biased too, I have to say, so I didn't want to present it there. But luckily, everybody will be able to grab this coming up really soon. So we'll be launching the Beast method for athletic analysis for fitness. It's going to be the complete testing system, the scoring system, so people will be able to find that. We'll include a link on this post, either in the video or under it, once we get through the editing process, so people can go find out a little bit more about this. I'm really excited to see the complete product. I know we're wrapping everything up right now. Really excited to get this out, because I think it's going to change the way that trainers and fitness professionals are able to assess their new clients. So Ryan, thank you very much for taking your time, man. I know it's early on a Saturday morning. It's great to talk with you again, learn a little bit more about the Beast method athletic analysis. So thanks, man. And where can people find out more about you and what you guys are doing at QSA?
Yeah, you can check us out on Facebook, Performance QSA. You can also find the Beast Method on Facebook at the Beast Method. And then also we're on those same names under Twitter and Instagram. Then you can find my information on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, all social media, under Ryan McKie. And Ryan, I want to thank you as well for the opportunity to get this word out and just having me on, buddy.
Hey, man, my pleasure, my pleasure. I'm always happy to share great ideas. That's what VPS is all about, so I'm excited about that. All right, thanks, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this this 3-part series on the Beast Method Athletic Analysis. Again, don't forget to check it out and get on the early list for snagging this system up before your competitors do. Ryan, you have a great day.
You too, buddy.